get this back over on the comment section. Hello, hello. It is Wednesday, work in progress Wednesday. Found a little bit of inspiration this morning. Watching some of my crafting channels on YouTube. Ironically enough, this was actually a video from a year ago, from Scrapbooking with Me. Excuse me. So these are just cute little corner pocket tucks. So back in this lovely journal, and I was smart this time. I actually put paper clips. Can't really see that. I put paper clips on all the pages that still needed some sort of pocket or something on it. So it'll be easier for me to find this time. Learning as you go. So I'm going to go to this first paper clip here. And again, because these are paper punched on the edges, corner stuff is not going to work real well. So I'm going to try to find a page that's not hole punched, which I don't know if I have any of those left, because I was trying to, if you remember right, last week I was intentionally doing this as well, finding pages that were not paper punched. Nope, they're all paper punched, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Excuse me. So this is using just a book page. You're folding it, 2 folds, and then decorating. And what you're doing is you're creating a corner piece that has pockets. So you're creating a pocket here, and then when you glue it down, you're creating a pocket that goes here in the back. So this one actually points that way, so that works. Because I don't have to worry about the paper punched edges. So I was working on this one a little this morning. What you saw me digging through when the live started was an ephemera holder that I made out of an old book. I'm like, oop, I should probably make sure that I'm gluing the right edges here. I felt it was functional when I first made it, but now I'm not real happy with it. I had to double check. Where am I gluing here? And then here. So gluing it into your book, you're gluing the 3 sides. So remember the trick. The side you don't want glued is the side you hold, and then you know that's the edge not to put glue on. So I'm just going to shimmy this into this corner. And again, this is going into my idea book. I'll show you my ephemera book in just a second. And again, it was one of the first ones that I made. I don't really like it. Like I said, it's not super user-friendly. But until I figure something else out. Why did I do that with wet glue? Oh, because this bottle is killing me. That's why. My Fabrifix order is supposed to be coming in the mail today. It's supposed to be delivered. My Sugar Bell icing bottles, however, are not due today. So that's a little frustrating. This glue bottle is being very stubborn, and it now does not want to let me have my glue that's left in there. And as you can see, I'm also wearing compression gloves today, and that's because both of my wrists are bothering me. I would imagine that might have some, I probably slept on them wrong last night, and all of that craziness that was my sleep. And in case you didn't catch it, I did upload a short little video that was talking about my sleep yesterday. It's kind of crazy. I was not expecting to sleep for 16 and a half freaking hours, but nonetheless. I don't know why my glue is not coming out. And this is killing my hands. My glue does not want to come out. I don't know what the deal is. Okay. I don't feel like fighting with that. So we're going to put some more wet glue on it. And we'll just hold it while we talk. Just until it grabs. That, what you just saw, is my new wet glue bottles that came in the mail. They're much bigger than those little tiny one that I was using. I had to deal with the pin all the time. And refill constantly because it was so little. It's kind of nice. It's a nice big bottle. It's got a silicone rubber lid on it, so I don't have to worry about a pin to keep my glue from drying out. I just need you to hold in place. So that's just going into the idea book. Let me clean this silicone glue off my needle here. Move my idea book out of the way. So, one more pocket in the idea book. So this is a pretty simple little project. Keep the glue book where I need it. Take a drink. I'm gonna move my mouse. Try to keep my mouse where I can use it, even though this project doesn't really require a mouse or the laptop. As long as it doesn't decide to shut itself down, I won't need the mouse. So I'm going to make a little tiny one because I have this little scrap paper. I have a stack of various book pages that I pulled out for this project. I'm just going to mass produce them. But the way you start is with a square. So it doesn't matter what size paper you have. If it's too big, cut it down. It's, as simple as that. So you get it down to a square. I mean, most people know how to turn a rectangle into a square by lining the edges up and then cutting it. So you end up with a square. You're going to glue this closed. So again, get my handy dandy glue stick there. And then you're going to fold it, but matching these lines up. Now, when you're using book pages, you need to decide which direction you want your words to go in. So if I fold this, for example, if I fold this across here, the words are going this way up the pocket, right? Same if I go, but if I go this way, these words on the back are facing upright. The ones on the flap are upside down. Flip it over, you got the same. They're both going this way. Ooh, my dogs are barking. I wonder if my glue is here. Or going this way. The words on the back are upside down and the words on the pocket are right side up, which is the way I think I'm going to go with this one. So you really just kind of have to decide which way you want things to face. So then you open this up and you're going to run a bead of glue just along this folded edge here. Hi guys, how are you today? Blah, blah. As I stumble over my words. That sounds like a big truck. I think my glue was just delivered. I pull up my other phone and check my Amazon account. I mean, not like I'm going to leave the live to go out and get the glue anyway. I don't need it. for this project. It would definitely make it easier because the Fabrifix dries a lot faster than the wet glue. But so you can see just by starting out with different size pages, you get different size pockets. And depending on which direction you fold it in determines whether your pocket is a left side feed or a right side feed. So like this would go in from the right. This one's a right side. So your pockets are going this way. This one's a left side. And this one's a left side. So depending on which direction you fold it determines which way your pocket will go into your book. I'm going to set my glue book aside for now because I'm going to start cutting through some of these, doing in this world, it's called mass making. You're literally mass producing stuff. And you go in stages. So you do a whole stack doing step 1, and then a whole stack doing step 2. I am making, I think what Miss E called them was double corner tucks. I was really struggling this morning with finding some inspiration today. I kind of logged out of all of my other chats that I'm normally in. With the exception of Miss Danny. I did check her live out this morning. She was still on when I first woke up. Tried to go into a couple other lives, and I don't know. The feeling was just off this morning. So I logged out of that sector and started, just playing crafting videos, trying to find some inspiration for today because I'm still feeling very uninspired. I love the natural yellowing of old books, but it's a double-edged sword because the older the book, the more brittle the page. Let's see. Now we are headed directly at the North Star hanging low on the horizon. Stalked along the edges of the rice paddies and fields, staying within the shadows of the bordering woods. I think this one's the one about this was either the war book or the one about, oh no, this one's about the predator. Not the Predator. I don't think I've never actually read. This life of crime interrupted. Money grew tight again. The girls were growing and needed clothes. Yeah, I don't think that's from like the movie Predator that we all know. It's of a different title. And absolutely nothing wrong with being late, guys. We all have lives outside of YouTube. So I'm just kind of taking some of each of the book pages that I pulled out, just so I'm not having you guys just sit here watching me folding paper, because that's boring AF, right? I like Minnie Moo's little Lego ducky. That was cute. This paper, I don't know how well it's coming out. You can see that nice natural yellowing along the edges. I don't remember what the copyright was on this book. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, no, because I don't even have a cover anymore. But it was called Beautiful Joe, so I could look it up. But look at that yummy Yummy, yummy. I use these borders a lot. I'll cut them off and just stamp words on them. Or I've used it in collage pages as well. But I love this paper, but it's so super brittle. So I have to be careful with it. But I love it. I'm going to be sad when I'm out of that book, because you'll see as I fold this, it totally cracks. See? I didn't even know if that was in frame. What I just showed you guys. Crack, crack, crack. Crackle. Ah. So if I wanted to like keep these pages intact, like if I wanted to use them as a page within a journal, I would definitely back it onto some newer paper, like onto not construction paper, coffee dyed copy paper, just to give it some structure. Because even then, like if I backed it with paper and I fold it in half, it's still going to crack on that fold line, just because those pages are so old. This is a legal dictionary page. So what's on here? Franchise. Oh, fornication, fraud. So legal definitions of stuff. Forgery is on this side. Sure, Miss Tina. Let me finish folding these last two page types, and then I'll pull my idea book back down. Again, this is music, sheet music, but in Japanese. And I've said before that it never occurred to me that music would be written in a different language until I won these books in a silent auction through a local auction house. And I was like, oh my Lord, it's sheet music, but it's sheet music written in Japanese. Like, never would have thought of that. Oh, I have two different ones. This is regular dictionary. This can be a nice size pocket. And stark white. I would probably coffee stain these rather than use them. I'm not a big fan of the super stark white. And these are out of my glue book. You can see the holes from punching book pages or signatures. Really struggling with that because it seems, I've made a bunch of mini journals which don't using my signature punch on a miniature doesn't really work because unfortunately they're they're too small and the holes don't line up right. I'll put those aside for a sec. Find that first paper clip. Thank you, Miss Pam, for that little hint, because that makes it so much easier to find. So this is what I'm making. It's a little corner tuck. So if they're feeding from the right, it would go on either on this edge over here or at the fold. And if it's feeding from the left, you decide if you're going to put it on this corner or on this corner, depending on where you want. You can even be brave if you're brave and put them up here as top. But I've never had good luck with pockets that load from the bottom. My stuff tends to fall out, and I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, you're a crocheter. She's so proud of her little ducky. That was so cute. So by gluing it in, you create a pocket here, and you create a pocket back here. So you can stuff it with all kinds of different things. You can, journaling cards, various ephemera, tags, whatever. And then this is What flowers are these? Is this a Tina? I should know this, but I got them all. They're all mixed up in my book. I go onto Etsy and I download digital kits, and I printed these out on a thick, like not full cardstock, but thicker than copy paper. I don't know the GSMs and all of that. And then, but I printed it out through my Cricut so that my Cricut could cut it out for me. Because the first time I didn't do that, and I had to cut them all out myself, and that sucked. So, but yeah, it creates a little pocket there and a little pocket there, and it's a book page. That's all it, And for those of us in the junk journaling world, book pages are, that's our jam. And I'll show you this organizer. This was the first organizer that I made. And again, it's made out of a book, literally. And I ran twine around the edges to hold it closed. And then I just put these little pockets. They peel off the back, and I just glued like 3 pages together and then glued a pocket in. Yeah, see, these are my initial ones of that. And you can see, you can see the white edge around them, because that's as close as I'm going to get in cutting. And then I just ink them up really, really well to hide it. But yeah, this is just kind of just a little flippy. I know these are Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. She does a lot of these old frames. Some of those roses, I'm pretty sure were Tina's. These numbers are Tina's. And then these are from cutouts from books. Pictures of books. Pictures from books. My goodness. All right, glue book back out. So step 1 is done. Folding all of your pages, turning them all into squares. I'm just going to go through. Sorry, turn my fan on. I swear wearing these gloves raises my temperature. I have an Explorer Air 2. And my daughter and her husband bought it for me. Oh, good Lord. Maybe 3 years ago as a Mother's Day present. And I'm still learning how to use it. It's very underutilized, and I definitely recognize that. It's got way more capabilities than I use it for. Oop. I did not glue that straight. So it's crazy to think that as much sleep as I got last night, I could literally crawl back into bed and sleep another day away. I am still so very tired. And it doesn't help either. Yesterday I had my doctor's appointment, and he increased my medication and changed. So normally I take all of my meds at night, and he increased my gabapentin and wants me to split both of my medications morning and night. So today is the first day that I've taken my gabapentin and my Cymbalta in a morning. So that makes me a little groggy as well. Hopefully it helps with the pain management a little bit better. Taking it 12 hours apart twice a day instead of once every 24 hours. Hopefully it'll manage it a little bit better. Yeah, back when I was working and I was making journals for my clients. See, now I can't find the paper that you printed out, sis. I thought it should have been right here within my grasp. But it's not. She made a bunch of tags on her Cricut, but the writing was right on the tag, and it was really cool. And then she made me a sheet of what would you call it? Motivational words. This is my second time on gabapentin. I was on it once before, and I had to stop taking it simply because I couldn't function on it. So I'm a licensed drug and alcohol counselor, and so going to work appearing like I got drunk before I went to work was definitely not a good look. I was at that time I was taking 2,400 milligrams of gabapentin, but I was slurring my speech. I was stumbling. I was walking into stuff, and so I was not able to take it during the workday, and it was really ineffective because I couldn't take it the way I needed to be taking it. And so I came off of it at that point. I've only been back on the gabapentin maybe a year and a half. And that was one of the things that I talked to him about yesterday. I said some days the medication works really, really well, and other days it doesn't seem to work at all, which is why I didn't sleep the night before last, was that even though I took my medication, it wasn't managing the pain. It wasn't controlling the electric shocks going down my legs and into my feet. And so I couldn't get comfortable because I was just hurting so bad. And I'm like, that's what the medication's supposed to be doing for me, is stopping that. But then there's other nights where I take the medication and within an hour I'm ready to go to bed and I'm just zonked out. And I'm like, there's no rhyme or reason, at least from my perspective, as to why some days it works and some days it doesn't. So that's why he's having me switch and take it twice a day to see if having, do it a 12-hour, take it again, 12-hour, take it, taking it every 12 hours instead of once every 24 will help the medication be more effective. Unfortunately, because I'm not working anymore, the effect that the gabapentin has on me is not that big of a deal because I don't have to drive anywhere. And if I do, I just won't take my morning med. I don't have to worry about, a client thinking I'm intoxicated or anything like that. I will say that the withdrawals from gabapentin really sucked. When I went off of them before, like I said, I was on 2,400 milligrams then, and coming off of that was really rough. And you have to titrate off just like you have to titrate up in order to wean off of that. Right now, I was only on 600 milligrams once a day, and now I'm doing 1,200, 600 twice a day. So we'll see where it goes. He wanted to just take me straight up to 2,400. And I'm like, no, I need to function somewhat. So we're going to start with this, 6 and 6 and see if it helps. Absolutely. On IG, I am out of spoons 871, and there's an underscore between each. So out _ spoons _ 8 _ 71. This is that very old crinkly paper, and I want as much of that yellowing to show. I loved it across the top, but do I want it? I think I'm going to go across the bottom pocket this time. It makes me so nervous, but folding this one. Oh, see, cracked. Right there. Bright light. You can see where it cracked right there. It's definitely the double-edged sword of working with the old brittle papers, but I love the old brittle paper. So again, you're taking your triangle, you've got your folded edge, right? And you're just taking your folded edge and you're folding them together to create a second pocket. And you're making that decision. Do you want your words going sideways? Do you want your bottom pocket with the words the right way? Do you want your bottom pocket with the words on the back going the right way? Again, sideways. Do you want it to be a left or a right side pocket? How do you want it to go? But the idea is you're bringing your folded edges together, lining up that folded edge there and bringing that down. I will show you this sheet music in just a second. This was another book that I got out of that auction. I don't know how you can see. See, there's all the Japanese. The music's upside down. See? You can see all the Japanese writing that goes with the music notes. Oh, yeah. Who'd have thunk, right? I'm trying to train, not drain. I am draining my brain, but I'm trying to train my brain to fold them in each different direction. Because I'm left-handed, I tend to do everything left-handed. And then when I go to decorate or go to pull ephemera to decorate a journal or a folio or something, all of my stuff is facing one direction. And I'm trying to break that habit as best as I can. Get these all folded. It's going to be a nice big pocket, even though it's white. Which way do I want it to go? Let's put the bottom pocket with the words facing the right way. This is O and P out of the dictionary. So I have oyster bed, oyster crab, oyster cracker, oyster plant, oyster white, Ozark state, ozokerite, a lucent mixture of natural hydrocarbons used in candles. Ozone. It's fun. Sometimes it's fun. That's the beauty of using book pages, is that once it's all folded up, you get just like a little snippet of what that was. So you get to use your imagination. What is that book about? What was it about? Too much white going that way, or blank. Ta-da. All right. I'm going to get that white glue back out. In my case, I would be doing this with my my Fabrifix, but it doesn't want to come out of the bottle. And I don't have the strength in my hands today to fight with it. So once you get your flaps done, you're going to unfold it and run a bead of glue along the folded edge only. If you go across there, you're going to glue your pocket closed and you won't have a pocket. So just on this short little folded edge. Because I'm using wet glue, it is going to take a little longer to dry today. Try to get that lined up. So what I'm going to do is put my stack of paper clips on top of it. Hold it in place. I keep like printing stuff out, trying to like get it to use the last of my colored ink so that I can replace my ink cartridge. You know, because I don't want to waste what little bits left in there. Because I ordered some neutral toned DigiKits from Pam and a couple other, two other stores on Etsy. But when I print them out, because my color ink is all weird, it's printing them out in a weird like lavender color instead of black and gray or tan. I'm like, oh, hurry up and run out of ink. Like, how many more misprinted things do I have to print on purpose? Of course, I also have to pay attention to my page count so I don't go over and then have to pay extra because I went over my page count for the month. It's funny, Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, she uses a hot glue gun on a lot of her videos, and I'm just like, man, I couldn't imagine. As much glue as I get on my fingers, I couldn't imagine like trying to do this with a hot glue gun. I'd be like burning myself constantly. Yeah, my little pile going over there. And that's just holding them down, putting some pressure on them while the glue sets. It's not doing anything spectacular. Now, some of these are quite small, so I don't know if I don't know how much of my embellishments that I have in my book over here are going to fit on here. Excuse me. Tina, are you still hanging out in the bushes? Last one to glue. I was going to say, if you haven't watched any of my earlier videos, I do have them segregated in the playlist. I've been really bad about organizing my playlist. I need to get back in tune with that this year. But in my playlist of my medical discussions, I talk about my herniated discs in my lower back and the bilateral neuropathy that has resulted from that. And that's why I take gabapentin and the Cymbalta, is to control the nerve activity in both my legs. All right, so I got those. Now we're going to pull this back over. Whoop. So in here, I've got some nice little Victorian ladies, but I think they're all going to be too big. Yeah, without cutting their feet off, they'd be too big for this. I have these that I was already working with. These were really cool. I can't remember which Etsy creator this was. And again, I printed these out on, again, it's at whatever weight that is. It's not computer paper, but it's not cardstock either. It's somewhere in between. But these are just like little decorative cards. And those are definitely going to be small enough to go on there. I've got these, some of which might be small enough. This was another set of roses that I've purchased DigiKits for. Some of those would probably be small enough. Oh, I like that. Got old grandfather clocks. I think just like my Victorian ladies, yeah, these are going to be too tall. Again, cut those out myself. Not a fun thing to do. Neither were Miss Tina's old frames. And these are printed on just regular old copy paper, and that was purely by accident. Meant to do it on a harder paper. And I also didn't occur to me to run it through the Cricut first. That's why these are not they're not all cut out. Because oy vey, very difficult to get these cut out and make them look pretty. I think that might be all in this book other than my numbers. Because I think these images are all going to be too big. Maybe. Whoop. Bummer, that would be pretty on there. Some of them are not too big. So we may delve into that one. We'll see. Those are definitely too big. Those are definitely too big. These are my Edith Holden images. Watch any video on junk journaling on YouTube. Watch enough videos and you're going to discover that the Edith Holden books are the holy grail of the YouTube or the junk journal world. She passed away a long time ago, but I think it was her niece or her nephew actually took her her book and got it published. But she's got this, it's got this beautiful handwriting on the back that she, and she drew all of these images herself. It was kind of the holy grail of junk journaling. This first one that I bought, I went through and cut out all the images. I have a whole stack of just pages that I can use those words on. And I have a copy over there on my bookshelf that's German. It's all the same images, but it's written in German. So again, there's my fascination with foreign languages that I can't read coming into play yet again. Hey, Susie Q, how are you? Long time no see. It seems like I just talked to you not that long ago. I'm going to pull these out. Let's see what can fit. Oof. I liked that banner-ish looking one. Where did it go? This one. Just kind of give it a little topper there. Boop. What can I put down here? Yeah, these are fun. I think they call them tea cards. Back in the day where you used to get little random things in like cigarette packets and stuff. But these were music. They're I don't know how well you can see, but they stalk me everywhere I go. But they got like music, sheet music behind them. Which is why I ordered them, because hello, sheet music. But because I'm putting that flower banner across the top, I don't want something with flowers on it. So that's kind of what I'm not really a flower on flower. I probably will struggle with this because it's not this one. I had it in my hand and then dropped it. This one, it's mushrooms. For whatever reason, mushrooms are really popular in the junk journaling world as well. Don't ask me why. if you've been in any of Danny's lives with me lately or read the comments on some of her food, you'll know that I don't do mushrooms. Been giving her a hard time about the fact that she puts mushrooms in all her food. I'm like, no, enough with the mushrooms. I put that there. Yeah, I think I need something smaller. I'm not big on the mushrooms. For me, it's clocks. Clocks are my obsession. I love these old, the old timey. Oh, where's my camera? Boop, boop, boop. Mm-hmm. These old time clocks. Old time clocks. Doop. It's my thing. I love clocks. There's mushrooms again. So I'm looking for something that's small because I think that I don't necessarily want to go flowers. Oh, what are my dogs going bananas about now? Time is it? Oh, not school time yet. Thought maybe the kids were walking by, but nope. Let's see. Frames. I love this too, being able to mix and match different creators' stuff together. I like that. Okay. Swoosh you into a pile over there. I put you everywhere. Distress ink. This is walnut stain. My light and my phone are attached to the same device. So unfortunately, when I go to move the light, it usually moves my phone. So this is just on copy paper. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to ink around those edges because the paper is going to want to move. But you just give a nice little ink around the edges. It helps it stand out against the paper. You could do these in different colors if you wanted to. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that I've got a bunch of different colored inks over there. And again, this is just coffee paper, so I'm going to kind of try my best to get around this edge without tearing the paper. God, my dogs are going bananas. Now there's something you can do, crafter's choice, to help help your pocket stand out a little bit more. Ideally, you would do this before you glue it down, if you're going to do it, is ink that edge. No, that's mail. That's a big truck. I hear them, but I can't see them. So my guess is they're over by the gate. Working, but can't chat. So you can see a little, given that line there, it helps kind of separate out. Oh, yeah, it's a UPS truck backing out of my driveway. Now my glue has been delivered. Now my glue is here. I had that up there. Numbers are another thing, for whatever reason, are really popular in the junk journaling world. Most people put numbers on everything. Come on. You're not supposed to get stuck on me. That's why you have a silicone lid. Where's my... Oh, wrong needle. Excuse my reach there, guys. Ooh! Almost stuck the needle all the way into the bottle. That wouldn't have been good. That's why I bought a bottle with the silicone lid, so my glue doesn't get stuck. So I've got everything inked up. We're just going to put some embellishments. Oh, yeah. See, but everything's going to be going sideways. I didn't think about that because it goes in the book this way. Glad I realized that before I glued everything down. So I was gluing everything this way. Oops, I don't think I'm in frame. Using the edge of my table as a straight edge. So now I got to rethink this. So this will go here. Where do I want the number then? Down there. Down there. Now, had I not realized that and glued it also that it's facing this way as if the pocket's going to go up front, not necessarily a bad thing. Again, it just comes down to your own personal aesthetic. It would drive me crazy because I have some OCD. It would drive me crazy that I'm putting my pocket in this way and all of my stuff is facing that way. So for me personally, that's not something that I would be able to, I wouldn't be able to handle that. Even drive me bonkers. I want the dark one on that side or the dark one on that side. Let's go that way. I'm kind of watching my YouTube notifications to see, watching for Miss Danny. God, she had me in stitches this morning. Oh my gosh. So refreshing to like go onto a YouTube live and laugh. even when she was casting a little bit of shade, it was still funny. And I loved her jammies this morning. Oh my goodness. I'm going to ink around the outside of my pocket, which I didn't do on the one that I put in my idea book, but that's okay. I don't know if she's going live this afternoon or not. So kind of watching my YouTube notifications. Where did I put those sentiments? Yes, the other day. They're in that box. My box of stuff. I left them in this box. I know what they're in. Not that. Where's that envelope? Templates, cardstocks. I guess I put them away somewhere, guys. I put them away somewhere. That could be bad. That means I might not be able to find them. Oh, ta-da! Ta-da-ta-da! Put them on my shelf over there. So what kind of sentiments are in here? So this came to me. This little homemade envelope was in a rack, a random act of kindness, that was sent to me by another junk journaler in a group that I'm in. It's very simple. Book page, scrapbook paper, fold the flap down, and then she sewed, well, before she glued it, sewed across here, all the way around the 4 edges, glue the side and the side, voila. Instant little pouch. Simple, easy. Put that up there on my phone stand. But I don't know if these are my naughty. Are these my naughty ones? Yes, these are my naughty ones that I found somewhere. File this under fuck it. They're not all like that. Some of them are, most of them are inspirational. Punch today in the face. I want to sleep until I feel better. Apparently I did that yesterday. Pain is real, but so is hope. Today my forest is dark. Stay positive, hope, never give up, be brave. Bad news never has good timing. Isn't that the truth? I am in need of a hug. Everything sucks. There's one for Drazo. Everything sucks. He was saying on his live this morning that he's kind of over the whole idea of God only gives you as much as you can handle. Basically, he's like, okay, I've had enough. How many more things can go wrong? Today sucked. I don't remember where I got these. I remember printing them out and then I coffee stained them, of course. This was a hard day. Bring it on. I was thinking about putting a sentiment on there, but again, my OCD says, I don't think so. Because your pocket's going to go in this way, and then the words are going to be going that way. So that would drive me crazy. So again, I was looking at the pocket this way, thinking it needed a sentiment. But if I'm looking at the pocket the way it goes into a book, that doesn't work. I thought maybe one got stuck in there, but nope. Ooh, how about one of these? Look, maybe this might be too much. Just want a thin one though, because a big old fatty one, definitely not. How about find one of these thin ones in here? Ooh. Just do a paper ruffle. We do have these pink ones, but I think they're way too bright for this. That one wouldn't be too bright. Just as a little decoration on the edge. It's too narrow, too small. You know, too short. Do I have any more of those really light pink ones? Let's see. If I wasn't ready to kill my sewing machine, I'd make some more of these. Well, not that I need to make more, actually. Let me just halt that thought. I won't be making more for a while. I have got plenty. I think I like that. I'm gonna go with one of those. Something else I need to figure out a good storage system for. These are, you know, clearly they're just in a in an envelope. I don't know. I need to make or identify or purchase something. I don't know the right word there. Some sort of something that's going to help me organize all of this stuff into a single location. Well, as single as it's going to be in my craft room, but like in a way that makes them more easy for me to find them. So I can put like things with like things. I don't really have that right now. Everything's just kind of spread out. Like these literally are just on this shelf right here. And it's nice. I mean, they're within arm's reach, which is nice. But at the same time, it's like, ugh, they should have a better home than that. Now, I showed the paper strips in my idea book. This is the same concept, just a smaller strip of paper. This is cut-offs of copy paper. And I have a roller stamp, and I just rolled down the strip of paper before I folded it up. And then, as you can see, I ran it through my sewing machine and just put supposed to be a zigzag stitch. But again, I fight with my sewing machine on a fairly regular basis. So my stitches are not what they're supposed to be. But at the same time, I like the way they end up looking when it does go wrong, because it's more like almost looks like bird feet, like prints. Oop. My vacuum just made it back to its dock. Now it's trying to figure out how to park. Ooh, flinging stuff off the table. So again, this is your finished pocket. So it would go into your journal down here on a corner piece, right? I had a piece that I was using as a sample tag, but yep, it's me. I'll grab one of these little tags. Ooh. This was a breakfast sandwich box of some sort and a tea bag over the top of it. But when you glue this into the book, you'll glue down these edges, and you can choose whether or not you want to glue this little flap right here or not. It's up to you. But it creates a pocket here and a pocket behind it to put all your stuff in there. So I'm going to finish decorating these off camera. Once I get them all decorated, I will upload a video showing what they all look like decorated. I've got a little tiny one. Yeah, a little tiny pocket. That's going to be so much fun. It's going to be hard to decorate. I don't know how much stuff I might have that's that little. But anyway. So there's this one that I did with you guys today. Trying to get my brain focused around getting it going the right direction. So this was Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I can't remember where these came from. I believe these flowers, I think, were Tina's. And you can see, I mean, you get a ton. These are actually two different pages. So there's some with the yellows and pinks. The other ones, I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I'll have to look in my Etsy and see who the creators are for all this stuff, so I can start tagging them in my description box, since I'm using their products and using their ideas. Just dropped one, and I don't know where I didn't see where it landed, which sucks because I'll probably find it as I run it over. and ruin it with my chair. Because that's the way things happen for me. But it's not like I can't print out more. These are digi kits. Once you buy them off of Etsy, they're yours forever. You print them off as often as you want. I do a lot of stuff in grayscale, so I love printing stuff just in black and white as well. Haven't quite figured out how to do that. My printer, I don't know, it gives me the window, the preference window. And I can pick grayscale, but then the button at the very bottom that says, you know, accept or apply or okay or whatever it happens to say, I can't get to it. So I can't apply my grayscale to it. Oh, I got to figure out what the deal is there. Grab my mouse and see if... My computer is lagging. So yeah, whoops, hit my microphone. Sorry. Again, if you're wanting to ink this edge ahead of time, you might want to, you want to do that before you glue it down. But, and you could also thumb punch and do like a little pull there if you like that look. See, Ride Along Gang is still live. That doesn't surprise me. He is on his way to Biggs Junction in Oregon. I told him if he comes north and ends up coming through the Tri-Cities again to please let me know. I'd like to meet up with him and take him out to lunch or dinner, depending on what time he rolls through. It's one of the truck drivers that I follow on YouTube, and it's, I get to tour the country with them, which is pretty fun. I enjoy it. And they're great streams to have, just kind of playing in the background while I'm crafting. Oh, Danny did a video a little bit ago, making a smoothie. I'll have to go back and watch that. It's hard because she doesn't always schedule her lives ahead of time. So it's hard to know. Oh, hold on. Okay, I wanted to mute since I was jumping into my YouTube. She doesn't always schedule her live. Sometimes they're just spontaneous. So it's hard to know ahead of time. Although she did say she tries to stick to a schedule, which I know normally is 3 in the afternoon. I just don't remember what days of the week she goes at 3 in the afternoon. A smaller plastic accordion file, like what you would use like in an office. Is that what you're meaning? Like what you would put, like a coupon holder? Yeah, I loved this idea when I saw it on somebody else's video, but it doesn't really function for me as well as it did on the video. I did make this, started doing these. I'm gonna catch my phone. So this, I have a whole box of this blue acetate, which makes really neat pockets. I should make some more of those. But that means I have to fight with my sewing machine some more. I don't know if it's worth it right now. But anyway, I have a whole box of this blue acetate. And so as I was using up scraps and making, stamping, I was like, now what am I going to do? Where am I going to store them? So I just have, this is manila folder. And I cut it down to fit within the box. And I just use the acetate to make pockets so I can flip through and see this stuff. That's why I'm like, why is my book smell? I forgot about these. These are the waxed papers. Ooh, 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 ooh. They do still smell good. I got the cucumber sage one out of my craft room, and I stopped having allergy issues, so that had to have been what it was. Let's put some dark on here. Ooh. Getting them in and out of there is interesting. Oh, they smell. This one smells so good. Wish I'd thought of this ahead of time. Oh, well. Let's go right there. Boop. And eventually I got to figure out, I'm going to have to make smaller pockets for these. And I'll show you why in just a sec. Oh, come on, slide in there. Arr. Come on, cooperate. Cooperate. Funny story, cooperation was actually the very first big word that I ever learned how to spell when I was growing up. I had a shirt. It was my favorite shirt growing up. And it was a Sesame Street shirt. It had Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, and what is going in there? What is going on? You know, all the Sesame Street characters. And it said cooperation on it. And so I used to walk around spelling the word when I was wearing the shirt. Of course, I didn't know what I was spelling at the time. I knew my letters and that was all that counted. And so I would spell it out. So technically, it was the first word that I learned how to spell. I've got one that's folding up on itself and it's making me mad, so I'm going to leave it. But see, I made these really long pockets to hold these. Because they're long, I wanted them long. You can see that one folded up on itself, trying to slide it in there. But obviously, as I tear off of them and I use them, I'm going to need smaller pockets to house the stuff. So I will get to that. See, I've got all these extra, the cutoffs of the acetate. Just kind of waiting for me to not hate my sewing machine enough to make some more pockets, because yeah, after I did my massive snippet roll and I screamed and yelled and screamed and yelled and screamed and yelled, and almost threw my sewing machine out my craft room window. I kind of swore off my sewing machine for a little bit. So I'm just going to break into the lid here. I don't know why my glue is hung up, but it is. So because this is that waxed paper that I made, I can't use the wet glue because it's waxy. Leave that there for a minute. I think because I'm at the end and there's a hole in my bottle, I think is why I'm struggling with that glue right now. Unfortunately, my glue is here now, but my bottles are not. So I can't even do anything with them yet. Got back from Florida. Yeah. I don't know what I would do with nice weather. And instead of tearing this off, and I'm just going to fold it back. So just a cute little finishing touch with some homemade washi tape. Ta-da! All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to finish decorating all of these up. And when I get them all done, I will post a, I'll do an overview video and show you what they all look like. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what tomorrow's going to bring. As you can see, got the compression gloves on. Still struggling with a lot of numbness. My left hand is acting up today. Usually it's primarily my right, but my left is acting up too, which leads me to think that I slept on them really, really wrong last night while I was sleeping. Because I keep getting tingling and losing feeling in both of my hands. So what tomorrow's going to bring, I'm not sure. I don't know. I may just pull the diamond painting back onto the table. I don't know. That one I'm struggling with too, because it's the images are very difficult for me to see. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm having to like take my phone a lot and like zoom in on it so I can see it. And I don't know how to do that and record at the same time. So I don't know. And I play with that a little bit. But so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get my outro playing, and hopefully it actually plays this time. But have a good day. Find something fun and peaceful. It's 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock, depending on what part of the United States you're in. So hopefully, wherever you're at, you're planning your dinner out, figuring out what you're going to make. I've got another 45 minutes before I have to think about that. So I'm going to hang out in my craft room, work on some more little corner pockets, and we'll see you later tonight. Peace out. Oh, let me get my brand up. So peace. Here goes the outro. Hopefully it plays. Talk to you later.